Sue's back again. Yo, where the fuck I been? Sue's back again. Yo, where the fuck I been? I know life been fucking lifing, and I know I said it every time, but life don't never stop fucking lifing for me. Get into the weight gain, get into the body, get into the happiness, get into the glow up. It is raining. It's hard to tell from back here because all the trees, but it is raining. I'm about to walk to the store and get something to eat for my hungry ass baby and my hungry ass brother. He is visiting. Slump. Okay, so I'm gonna make me something to eat. Then we're gonna sit down, have us a little mukbang, a little chit chat, and talk about what the hell's been going on. Cause there's been some shit going on. Okay, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with the obvious, my hand and what happened. So, normal day, I come home from work, I get some very unfortunate, crazy news in the middle of me cooking. So I'm cooking. I don't even remember what I was trying to make, y'all. But I had oil on the stove heating up. Went to put my clothes in the dryer. Before I know it, I started doing some other things too. Before I know it, smoke detectors going off. House is smoked up. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go run to get the oil off the stove. My baby runs up under my legs. I had to like throw the oil so it wouldn't get on him. I didn't really like throw it, but I had to like stop it from getting on him. So the whole right side of my arm, my leg, my body burnt up. I'm not thinking it's that bad. You know, when you first burn yourself, it doesn't really look like anything. So I'm checking my baby. He's fine. I'm like, okay, good. We're cool. Everything's good. Like, house a little smoky. Let me open up my balcony door and everything be fine. Couple minutes go by and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's hurting a little bit too bad. I didn't even really look at my leg at first. I had on sweatpants. So I took my sweatpants off. I'm like, okay, I'm burnt up. I see my hand is slowly like starting to blister and bubble up. I'm like, okay, ambulance, 911, help me. Need help real bad, real fast. So the ambulance comes. I call my son's grandmother so somebody would know what's going on and where I am and what's happening. Excuse me. So ambulance gets there. They had to dress my baby because he done took his diaper off running through the house. So they dressed him. They go to put me in the ambulance and they're like, where's your son gonna go? I'm like, what do you mean he has to come with me? I don't have any family here. They're like, ma'am, we're about to put you on morphine and we have to transport you about 45 minutes away because you need to go to the burn unit and we don't have one here. So we have to transport you to Chapel Hill. So I'm like, oh, shit is serious. This is for real. Like, shit is serious. Not serious, serious. So I'm like, okay. I'm calling my friend at the time. She was busy, I guess. But I called my best friend, one of my best friends from high school. Shout out to Chilo. Shout out to my low baby. So I call her. She's all the way in like Georgia or something at the time. She calls her mom who lives not too far from me. Like, Rachel's in the ambulance. Like, they need you to come get the baby because they don't know how long she's going to be in the hospital, yada, yada, yada. So when I say these EMT people were so nice, y'all, like they dressed my baby. They packed his bag. They got his car seat and everything in the ambulance. And they went and met my friend's mom so she could get the baby. So during the ambulance ride, just the ambulance ride alone, y'all, they gave me morphine. On top of the morphine, they gave me fentanyl. So I'm in there feeling crazy. They're talking about I have to go to the burn unit. They don't know how long I'm going to be in there. They're cutting my clothes off of me. I still have my sweatpants on, so they're cutting my clothes off of me and stuff. And I looked at that lady and I'm like, ma'am, just tell me right now, am I about to die? Is this it? I'm in there freaking out low key. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm about to die. Like, I'm about to die. Like, the canola oil just took me out of here. It's about to take me out of here. I'm about to go to the upper room. Like, this is it. This is it. This is the end of the road. I'm like, oh Lord, like, please let me call my brother. Let me call my daddy. Somebody got to tell my man, like, what's going on? What's going on here? So SJ's freaking out. He's never been in the ambulance before. He sees me strapped down. He sees they're cutting my clothes off and putting stuff in my veins. So he's freaked out. My friend's mom finally got SJ. I get to the burn unit and I'm there all by myself. I just broke down crying. I'm like, oh, I don't want to get emotional now, but I'm like, God, why is this happening to me? Like, why is this happening? I don't have no family here. Like, I need to go to work. Like, why is this happening? EMT people roll me into the ambulance. They roll me into the hospital and they're like, you have to wait for your name to be called. I can't walk. I'm in a wheelchair and I'm on fentanyl and I'm on morphine. And now it's really hurting. The pain is really kicking in. Because as I said before, when you first burn yourself, the effects don't take place right away, you know. So I didn't know how bad it was. So they rolled me in there and left me there. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have nobody. Like, they're like, somebody's going to come get you. So they come and get me. They look at my my hand, my leg and everything. And they're like, you're going to be here for a while. And I'm like, what do you mean a while? I have a baby. I don't have any family here. Like, so I'm making calls. I call my aunt who is 3.5 hours away. She got on the road and came to me the next day. She stayed with me. And they're talking about surgery and skin graft. So on my second day in the burn unit, the doctor did come in and he's like, either we can take you to surgery where we'll put you to sleep first, or I can give you a little bit more fatty and then we can just go ahead and cut your skin off right now while you're awake. I'm like, just sitting there thinking, and I'm like, fuck it, go ahead, hey, cut that shit off. When I say this man put that fentanyl in my bloodstream and didn't even wait 5 seconds, he immediately starts snipping my skin off. I'm in there like, it was like torture, y'all. It was like torture. They had to cut the skin off my leg. They had to cut the skin off of my whole hand. It looks so much better now. I'm going to put some before pictures so y'all can see how bad it was. But they cut all this off. They cut my skin off my leg. They bandaged me up after that. And then I started physical therapy because I couldn't make a fist. I couldn't make a fist. So I had to do physical therapy. The terms for me to get released was I had to be able to fully walk on my leg and I had to be able to fully close my hand and make a fist, which I couldn't do. So that was a little bit less than pleasant because my physical therapist was very pushy. Yeah, she was very pushy. She was very like, they had just cut my skin off and the skin was also burnt. So everything is tight, you know, so I'm trying to make a fist. I probably could close my hand like that much, y'all. I could not make a whole fist like this. So I was in there just crying nonstop because I was so drugged up. I didn't feel like myself. I was crying because I missed my baby. I was crying because I wanted my man. He called. He found out what happened, and he felt so bad because he couldn't get to me. He couldn't come to me. But that's my baby. He made me feel so much better when he called. He's like, "You okay, Stink? Everything's gonna be all right." I kept checking in with SJ, my friend's mom. She is a saint. Like, God bless her. She's always helping me whenever she can. So they finally released me. I got home and my aunt had to go back where she lives to take care of my grandma and take care of her husband and her house and everything, you know, so she couldn't stay with me for long. So yeah, my aunt had to leave, but the time that she was here, she was nothing short of a blessing to me. She went to the store, bought me things that I needed, came back and washed up my dishes and cleaned up, you know, however I had left my house. She cleaned all that up. And the hardest part was probably after she left and I realized I was really alone now. They had me on 3 different medications. I was on naproxen, oxycodone, and gabapentin. So I was always feeling drugged up. I can't cook. I can't use my hand or anything. And my baby is still with my friend's mom. So I'm just like, wow, I'm really all alone now. And a friend that I thought I had was supposed to come and help me. She didn't come and help me, so I'm crying about that. I'm just like, wow, like, why is this happening? Like, why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to be learning out of this? What am I supposed to be getting from this? Times like that, when something like that happens, you really see who's there for you, who loves you, who you know, just who cares for you, and who's really in your corner. My best friend, my Leah, and she's all the way in Georgia. She was on it. When I say she had alarms set, because I had to take my medications. One of them had to be every 2 hours. One was every 4 hours. Something like that. They were all different times. She had alarms set. She was calling me, FaceTiming me, waking me up, making sure I took my medication. So I think I went back to work maybe 2 weeks after my incident. And they did not want me to go back to work. They didn't want me to go back to work, especially because I'm a preschool teacher. There's a lot of germs. They're like, you have open wounds. I said, sir, are you going to pay my bills? If not, go ahead and sign your little signature on this dotted line and release me to go to work, because all I have is me. I'm the sole provider for me and for my baby. So I got to go to work. If I don't go to work, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my bills? So I went back to work. My boss was very understanding, which I'm very appreciative of. The hardest part was healing for me. I had to stay in my bandages I just got my bandages off last month, y'all. So March, and this happened the end of January. So I've been fucked up. I've been fucked up, okay? But I'm free now. It ain't the prettiest, but I'm fine. It was very, that was a very hard time for me. It was a struggle. I couldn't really pick my baby up certain ways. I was walking with a limp. I had bandages on. It was a struggle, and just mentally, it was a hard time for me. But I kept my faith. I kept praying. I kept thanking God that it wasn't worse. That's what everybody in the hospital kept telling me. Like, you are so lucky that you only got 2nd-degree burns and that it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And since then, when I say God has been blessing me like tenfold, oh my goodness. Everything is well now. Work is great. My son is healthy and happy and great. He is smart as ever. He will be 3 on the 30th. My relationship is amazing. I'm just so happy, and I'm just so thankful for all the times I did not give up. Times when I just wanted to throw in the towel, because I'm like, I can't take no more, Lord. Like, please, please, I can't take it no more. But I'm so glad that I did not, because look where I am now. So now let's get into the weight gain. I have been taking Apetamin. I know some people are iffy about Apetamin. They say it has its pros and cons. Listen, I first took Apetamin back in 2016, the year I graduated. It's always worked well for me. I've never had any side effects or anything. So do your own research if you want to try it, or if you're considering it, do your own research. But it's never had any cons for me, other than the first, I say 2 to 3 days that you're taking it. It does make you very, very sleepy. But after that, your system gets used to it. So I have gained about 15 pounds. I'm sitting at 126, 127 right now. I do want to see if I can get to 140, 145. I've never been that heavy before outside of me being pregnant. I am loving the weight gain. I feel a lot more confident, a lot more grown woman. So that is it, guys. That is my life update. That's basically all I have to share for right now. Oh, music. Duh. Hello. I have a show coming up July 31st. I'm so excited about that. I will be dropping new music before then, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. I know some of y'all nosy folks are just coming to hear about my man. I will be sharing more about him as well. Just know I'm very happy, very loved, and yeah, that's all for today. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.